Hey everyone, and welcome to this Loop Hero tier list. Now, wow, I'm so excited to do this because honestly, it's just fun, and this is as subjective as it gets. You are going to disagree with everything I do. Have at me in the comments, okay? This is what this video is about. It's not about me being right. It's about just engaging in a discussion about these cards in a unique way, okay? So have at me. You're going to disagree with everything I do and everything I say, and that is the point, okay? Let's get started. Let's start with the golden cards. I actually have green here labeled trash for good reason, because there's one card that deserves to be there, and that's 0 milestone, 0 value, garbage, trash, horrible card. Horrible card, don't want to see it in my game. Good night, sweet prince. Arsenal, C, okay? Is that going to surprise people? It should. Ancestral Crypt, A, right? Maze of Memories, B. That's the layout. This could even go to S. It's close. It's damn close, but it's not. Now, I'm going to double these golden cards for a sec. I think the golden cards might be the biggest problem in Loop Hero right now. Honestly, because they're not fun to play around. The only one that's fun is Arsenal. That's why people pick it, and it sucks. It's not a good card. 15% penalty on all your items is huge. It's huge, especially in Chapter 4 when, each individual loop represents a massive increase in enemy strength. It destroys you. Ancestral Crypt doesn't do that, right? Ancestral Crypt, if you're a necromancer, has no negative impact, right? Even if you're a rogue, it barely has a negative impact because you're running like your magic HP. It doesn't really matter. Maze of Memories is very good. If you're having trouble, with earlier bosses, in Chapter 3 and 4, especially, you could drop the Maze of Memories, get to the boss in earlier loops, and they're not as strong. They have not, outpaced you yet, right? Excellent. Arsenal, on the other hand, it's only really good on the rogue because you get the equip bonus for each individual item of the same primary stat. But outside of that, Arsenal's garbage. It's probably the worst. It's one of the worst cards in the game that people use consistently. But this is the problem with the golden cards. People are using Arsenal because it's fun. You get to equip another item. These golden cards aren't fun, and it's the biggest problem with the game right now. These need to be run-defining cards, and they kind of are, but they're kind of not. I think that the developers really need to amplify, even if you make the game harder to make it so these cards have no downside or something along those lines. These golden cards need to have a bigger impact. You need to be excited about oh, you know what? I'm doing an Arsenal run. Let's go. I'm doing a Maze of Memories run. I can't wait. These cards don't have that feeling with them, right? They need to be better. They need to be more fun to use, right? And they're not. Let's talk about the others. Bloodgrove. It's an A. This is a damn good card. You're taking 15 or 20% in the case of a Hungry Grove off of a boss or any creature. You're preventing, ghouls from spawn, all that kind of stuff. The stupid worms from escaping, all the stuff that Bloodgrove does. It's one of the best cards in the game. It could even go S. I still think Ancestral Crypt is better. Bookery goes right in S. I think that card draw is one of the most valuable things in this game, and the Bookery does it so damn good. Not only do you cycle cards when you run by, but after you're done with the Bookery, you basically get a book that spawns. You blow through the shields naturally, and then the book drops a ton of cards. It's consistent card draw at all times. Fantastic card. I absolutely love it. Bookery all day long. Road Lantern, I give it a C. Yes, if you're trying to do an infinity loop, it's basically a required S card, but realistically, it's a C. It's, you'd rather just be stronger with better supply and just smoke through the mobs and collect the cards and the trophies. Road Lantern, if you're a rogue, actually works against you because you're not collecting trophies. It's one of those cards that, you don't want easy loops. You don't want easy loops because if you're just flowing through the loops like crazy, you're just amplifying everyone's strength. Road Lantern, I think, works against itself a little bit. Smith's Forge, not bad. Useless on Rogue. But on, Warrior, I think it has a role to play. It goes behind Maze of Memory in B. It's pretty good. I think Living Armor is a lot of fun, too. Really unique card design as well. Outpost is a C. It's just, you don't want to use it. It's better than Road Lantern, but it's not as good as Arsenal, of course. But anyways, Outpost, it's not bad. It's not bad, but at the end of the day, you could, the price you pay with the item loss is kind of a little extreme. And it'd been better if its blue AoE was a little more consistent, if it wasn't just the cross, but what are you gonna do? Rocks, I think, are valuable. They're an A. Okay, you're able to spawn things with spawn harpies. You're able to get a ton of HP. I think HP is one of the core factors in this game in order to get long-term success. The more HP you have, the harder you are to kill, and the further you can progress in this game. Rock is an A, but not as good as Blood Growth. Forest is, without question, an S. Attack speed is basically everything in this game. I will actually put it above. Attack speed and maintaining attack speed in the forest allows you to go to a burn forest, which gives you magic damage as well, is very good as well. River, I'm putting in front of the forest. That's not a river, that's a desert. Get out of your desert. Where'd you just come from? But the river, I think, is one of the funnest things in the game. It's an S based on simply how fun it is to use, how you can min-max your river design. It looks cool. Like, it's just a fun card to play with. The river is exactly the kind of card you love in the game, whereas the golden cards need to be more like the river. The river is fun to play. It's fun to maneuver. It's fun to strategize and lay out. These cards aren't, right? And forest attack speed is like so key. Necromancer and river stacks with forest and you know, it's so good. The thicket's so damn good too. A lot of synergy. Desert into Oasis with the river. I'm gonna give the Oasis an A. It goes behind the rock still. I think Oasis and deserts are useful, particularly Necromancer and Rogue runs. They're not so useful in Warrior, but it's still like it has a role to play, in a definite role in a strategy. Cemeteries. Cemeteries are good. I'll give them a B. I'll put them in front here. I'm actually going to put the cemetery in front of them. No. I'm going to put it here. Yeah, thank you. Cemetery goes there. I think that the skeletons aren't too hard. Getting skeleton archers can be a pain, but skeletons, you know, they tend to be okay to deal with, even if they respawn themselves twice, and they tend to give good loot. So I think it's a good like risk-reward trade-off. You tend to get a lot. Meadow, I think, is a C. It goes above. It goes past the Road Lantern. Meadow, like, you don't need it. The healing's kind of unnecessary at the end of the day. You know, if you have vampirism, like with your couch chairs and stuff like that, you don't need Meadow. So Meadow is slightly more valuable than the Lantern. Suburbs is another S tier card. It actually goes in front of the Bookery. Now, there's some, do I put it in front of the Bookery? No, it does not go in front of Bookery. I think that Bookery stays, Bookery stays in front of Suburbs. Suburbs is still a great card, a lot of fun to play. Picking traits is fun, and that's important in the game. The other thing about Suburbs is that, like, there's some, like, Warrior can benefit from Suburbs, Rogue benefits as well, but like Necro requires Suburbs because Necro, their traits like plus skeletons and like shared damage and all the things that Necro does with traits, like Necro disproportionately benefits from Suburbs, and that makes Suburbs an S tier card. Okay, Oblivion, like, it's B. It's above Smith's Forge. Like, obviously, it activates secrets, and it does other things as well. Like, it has use, but as a card in your deck, if you're fighting Lich, it's an A, right? And you're having trouble. But, like, even then, like, in Chapter 4 runs, I can ignore the Lich. Like, I don't need the Oblivion. I don't need to, like... It's a B card. It's highly situational, but it's still a good card. Situational, okay? Beacon... honestly, I think it's like here. That's here. Is it worse than Meadow? Like, Beacon, people talk about the 20% on the boss and stuff like that, but you're running Forest anyway in almost every single build. Like, you don't need the Beacon. That 20%, you're just increasing the amount of damage. Like, you'd use a Beacon if you're running a counter build, or if you want, like, retaliation builds and you want enemies to hit you, but that is so niche, and people don't do that because it's hard. Storm Temple, it's a B. It's better than Smith's Forge. It's not as good as Oblivion. It's good because of the magic damage it provides. It's unlikely you have enough. It's unlikely that you have enough. Mirrors, exquisite mirrors, to reflect the damage back 100% of the time. So it's used to activate the forest to activate magic damage, which is basically just pure damage. So it does have some utility there. It is a good card. You could put it across like major like laneways in your loop and do AoE damage. There's almost always more enemies than you, so you're technically doing more damage to them. It's a good card. It's a good card. Temporal Beacon is a C card that goes above Outpost. It has some uses, specifically with Meadow, ironically. Like, if you're trying to do like a sustained healing build where every day you're getting, you know, more healing. The problem is you're also going to get, you know, more enemies spawning, so it offsets itself a little bit. Still a cool building. The problem is the Watcher sucks to fight against. In fact, I'm actually going to reduce this. It goes down. I changed my mind. I'm actually going to put it all the way down. It goes here. So the Watcher sucks to fight. Like, where the Bookery, the book itself, the tome, is great to fight against, the Watcher sucks to fight against, okay? Bear that in mind. Treasury is actually kind of fun to play with. I don't mind Treasury. Where would I put Treasury? I would put Treasury probably after, lower than Storm Temple. It goes here. Like, it's free supply, which is fine. Like, it's free resources, and it goes well with suburbs, even though you can't get towns and stuff. And it goes well with rocks. Like, it's fine. It's fine. And, like, it generates some mobs to help slow you down, the gargoyles. Like, it's an okay card. It's fun to play around. It has a definite benefit, right? Especially in the early game. So I'll keep it. Villages are... Villages. Villages have to be a B. It has to be a B. It's better than the Treasury. Better than... No. Less than... No. I'm gonna put Villages here, and I'll tell you why. Villages at least have the interaction with the Vampire Mansion. They have a few different type of interactions. They interact with wheat fields, which is interesting enough, so we'll actually put wheat fields with it. You know what? No, I actually think wheat fields are better. Wheat fields are more interesting than the village. No, we'll put them both there. Maybe here. And here. You know what? We'll do this. Wow, you fell pretty fast, wheat fields, but they kind of go together anyway. Village is pretty interesting. Has a cool interaction with a few different things there. The healing's good as well, like for that added sustain. Where it kills you though, if you get a mission on like a blood golem or something like that, or you get absolutely destroyed, right? Flesh golem, I should say. Like it can really put you in a tough spot with the quest, but other than that, it's a cool item. It's a cool card. Wheat fields is cool because you can do it like on a village and get overgrown fields. You can farm like food and rations and stuff like that. It's got some play, and it also helps you to like expand your surroundings a little bit, so you can stop enemies from spawning in certain spots. And also scarecrows are pretty easy to deal with. They're not too bad. They do AoE damage. You don't want wheat fields if you're a necro, but other than that, like the scarecrows are fine. Grove is probably a high C. It's probably a high C because like rat wolves really suck in chapter 4. Like they're really hard to deal with. Can't hit the AoE. Yeah, Grove, like it's still a good card. It can combo well with Blood Grove, obviously. It's got like some potential, but it's not great. It's not great. Swamp. Swamp I almost would put here. If earlier in my time with the game, Swamp would have gone here. But instead, it goes here probably. Because it has some use. You can combo it with Vampire Mansion. You can have some fun with it. It kind of sucks to play. Like mosquitoes are annoying to fight against. They're very elusive. They're hard to hit. The fights seem to go forever. They just explode anyway. Like it's one of those things. Like it's not fun to play on it, but it's a cool mechanic. I might actually pull it up one more. Swamp. I don't like playing on Swamp, but I get it and I like that it's there. If that makes sense. Chrono Crystal. Chrono Crystal is another C card. And I think it goes here. Now it has potential, but overall, like it's unwieldy. I think the AoE needs to be larger. Like at the end of the day, I get that there has to be balance in the game, but the game has to be fun. And I think that Chrono Crystals does not feel fun to play with. And I think that's a major problem, right? If you look at the cards up here, they generate fun, right? The cards down here, they're like, not fun, kind of actually bad. Not fun, kind of actually bad. Can never kill the Watcher. Very passive. Hard to use and position properly. Stealing your items nonstop. Hurting you and hard to fight enemies. Annoying enemies. Deceptively crappy. Like, pure garbage. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, these cards just don't make the game more fun, right? Swamp, though, does Swamp go over Grove? No, it doesn't. Ruins, I talk about another one that's annoying. Chapter 4 Ruins, man, those stupid worms are pretty annoying. Ruins, if you're trying to do infinity runs, it goes up here. If you're actually trying to do proper runs, they are down here. Like, Ruins, you don't want to fight Ruins. Like, the quality of the materials you get isn't really worth it. You're getting it from everywhere else anyways. Man, those stupid worms will absolutely kill you, man. It goes here. It's not trash. It's better than Road Lantern. It's better than Beacon, probably. It's not as bad as Temporal Beacon. I'm good with it being a C. I'm not happy. It could have went down. You know what? I'm going to keep Temporal Beacon over it. Yeah, I'm going Temporal Beacon over it. Spider Cocoon. My boy Spider Cocoon is S tier. It's S tier and it's behind suburbs. It's where it should be. The amount of card draw you get, they're relatively easy to take advantage of. Only for the Necro, because at Chapter 4, the attack speed debuff is going to kind of kill you. Bear that in mind. It won't allow you to summon your skeletons too fast, and they attack so quickly they'll pull up your skeletons. Avoid if you're Necro, but everyone else, Warrior and Rogue, they feast on these spiders. They give a ton of card draw. They help you a lot. Spiders are good. I might actually put them above suburbs. Yeah, no, not above suburbs. No, yes. Above suburbs because they also slow down the loop and they give you a ton of card draw, a ton of experience, a lot of trophies for Rogue. It's worth it. It's worth it. Might even beat Bookery too. Yes, beats Bookery too. Beats Forest? Yes, beats Forest. Not River. River's the best card in the game. It's the most fun to play with in the game. Spider Cocoon, S tier 2. It's fine. Vampire Mansion. It's A. It's A because it provides a lot of interesting synergies with Village, with Swamp. It creates opportunities to slow down your loop. It creates opportunities to farm more materials with the bats and things along those lines. You get opportunities with Temporal Beacon. It's better than Desert, not as good as Rock. It's A tier. It's a good card. It has good area of effect. It's not overbearing. It's just a good card. It's a good design. Battlefield, the last card. Where does it go? It's not trash. It is. Is it a B card? It's definitely better than B. I think, you know what? I think Battlefield deserves to be an A. Better than Desert. Better than Vampire Mansion. Not as good as Rock. Let me explain why. So Battlefield's a cool card for a number of reasons. One, it interacts much like Vampire Mansion in a general area. It has a road synergy, so if you stack multiple battlefields together, you get your blood path, I should say. The blood clots drop good loot. You have the chance to spawn ghosts, which is kind of cool. It has a lot of interesting interactions, and I think that, again, it's a card that's fun to play, and I think that's really important. It's better than Rock. Is it better than Bloodgrove? No, it's not better than Bloodgrove. It's better than Rock, simply because it's so fun to build around. And when you look at this list, these are cards that are fun to play. These are cards that don't feel fun to play. Ironically, Arsenal is fun to play because you get the additional slot, but it's absolute trash. Oh man, do I put it down here? Oh man, I'm baiting YouTube comments if I do that, but I won't. It's better than that. It's a decent C card. But at the end of the day, this is my tier list. I explained my thoughts through it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I look forward to going through and replying to you guys and seeing the discussion. I think it's really important. I think it's a really cool thing to talk about. And let me know your thoughts. And we'll catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and a very special thank you to all of our wonderful subscribers. We will see you in the next Loop Hero video.